I haven't done a really good rant in a while, and I feel like this is a good chance to do one. The rant is about negativity in the Bigfoot field. It's about mocking others for the way they look, the way they dress, the way they research. We have the constant back and forth fighting and infighting and backbiting that goes on in this community. And really, I think it's really come to the forefront because of the internet. Now, yes, the internet is a mixed blessing. There's no question about that. But it's also a double-edged sword. I mean, people can put up blogs, and they can devote entire blogs or entire video podcasts to trashing somebody, calling them rednecks, calling them white trash, calling them fat. Like I've been a victim of being called fat. And hey, I don't need that reminder. By the way, I know I'm fat. I know it. I know. But I think I know why I'm fat, because I have a thyroid problem, and because I have depression. Do any of you have a thyroid problem or depression? Those of you who like to point at videos like this and say, "Oh, look at that fat guy! Oh, fat, 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 fat! He's fat. And because I'm fat, I guess I'm scum, and I don't deserve to live." I appreciate the ones who say, "Dude, you need to reduce and lose some weight." And I actually have lost a little bit of weight. I was about this time a month ago. I was about 304. I'm down to 295 now. So I have been losing weight. So that's a positive step in the right direction. It's only 9 pounds, I know, but still, it's better than being where I was. A lot of people say, "Well, he doesn't get up out of his chair." Well, I had to get up out of my chair to go to Ohio, now didn't I? Yeah, I did. And I did go to Ohio. And had a great time with some friends of mine. And my true friends, this video is not directed at my true friends. This is not directed at you. This is directed to the pricks who like to take pot shots and who like to cause drama in the Bigfoot community, and to say, well, so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that, so-and-so offended me in some way. I think there's several thin-skinned individuals in this field who just won't let things go. The problem is, I used to be the same way. I used to be very thin-skinned, but I've kind of gotten to where it just doesn't bother me anymore. I just don't give a damn anymore about a lot of the crap that I hear. I just do my thing and I let others do their thing. But I cannot stand the negativity that goes on in this field. I cannot understand it. Why do we have to have this? Is it jealousy? Is it competition? I mean, I realize that all of us as Bigfooters are in competition to try and either spread information about these animals or get that final bit of proof. Yeah, it's like a business. It's like business. Each business has different ways of competing with another business. And you're always going to have that in a field like this. I mean, it's no different from the UFO field. It's no different from the paranormal field. A lot of competition, a lot of jealousy, a lot of backbiting, and all that. Well, I'm here to tell you now, I'm not jealous of anybody. If one person comes in tomorrow with a definitive proof the Sasquatch is real, and I will applaud that person. Now, if it's certain individuals who are a bit dubious, I'm going to say, wait a minute, what's the catch? What's the gimmick? Is this an April Fool's prank a month and a half late? That's what I'm going to wonder about. But if it's a credible individual, I'm going to be very, very happy about that. And I hope it happens soon, but I just don't foresee it happening in the near future because of all the backbiting and the backstabbing that goes on in this field. It's got to stop one way or the other. And I just don't understand the reasoning for it. I don't understand why there has to be sniping at everybody and people sniping at each other. And making videos where the express purpose of their videos is to be negative about other Bigfoot researchers. Because they might have done something to you that you didn't like. They might have said something that offended you. Have you ever heard of actually going to that person in private? Maybe PMing them on Facebook? Or on Twitter? I don't know if Twitter has a PM feature or not. I think it does. But I'm not 100% sure. So I'm not really that much of a Twitter user, to be quite honest. I'm more on Facebook than anything else. But whatever happened to actually going to the person that offended you and saying, hey, you said this or you did this, I didn't like it, this is how I feel about it. Why does everything have to be public all of a sudden? I just don't get it. You know, maybe I'm slow. Maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. I just don't understand why people can't just, take these things in private and not have to blast them out on the internet. That seems to be the nature of the internet these days, unfortunately. Where you have people cutting each other down and trashing each other, and I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'll say this: before the internet came along, there were rivalries and there were feuds in the old days and things like that. But they were always done through letters, through phone calls, and all that. And you didn't have the vast resources that we have now, thanks to the internet. But, I mean, one person who has sort of used their platform to attack others, that person is right in one respect, but they're wrong in another respect. This particular person has decried cyberbullying, or decried cyberbullying, but yet that person is also guilty of cyberbullying. So, who's the hypocrite here? If you're trying to counter cyberbullying, but yet you're trashing others and cyberbullying them, who's the real bully? That's something I have to point out. And that person knows who they are. I'm not going to mention their names. I mean, it's bad enough that we have the hoaxers that continue to rise in this field. Certain well-known individuals, I won't name them. But it's compounded by all this negative crap. It really is. And I just don't know how to stop it. Get an ant off my shirt. And maybe there's really no agreed upon solution for stopping it. Other than people just don't need to be so bloody negative all the time. I mean, yeah, I've said a few things on videos, sort of in jest, about certain elements of the Bigfoot community. But really, I mean, I'm not trying to cause any problems. I'm not trying to be a bully. I'm not trying to be negative. But there's just certain things that grind my gears. This negativity thing is one of them. The other is the woo element. And them trying to be hippy dippy and all huggy bear with Sasquatch, which you can't do. That just drives me up a wall. Now, it's one thing to have opinions about individuals, to have opinions about the way people research, people's opinions and things like that. But to carry it over into cyberbullying, I mean, who does that really hurt? Does it hurt the individuals you're targeting, or does it hurt you? Does it make you look bad? I think it's more so the latter than the former myself. Excuse me. I think we should all just take care to try and be better people. Try to be more positive. Let's cut out all this negativity. Let's quit calling each other fat, calling each other stupid, and making up, nasty names about each other. Why don't we try to work together, despite our differences? Whatever happened to forgive and forget? Well, I'm not suggesting forget, but at least try and put your feelings aside for certain people and try to work with them. Try and see things from their point of view, rather than just being so dogmatic about your own point of view. But I think that goes back to a lot of stubborn feelings and a lot of stubbornness by individuals. And I know this video is probably going to piss some people off, but it's got to be said. Somebody's got to say it. And as a representative of the Bigfoot community, I feel I have to say it. Now, if this video makes the next off the Richter, well, whatever. But this has got to be said. I mean, let's stop the cyberbullying. Let's stop the negativity. Let's try to work together. And yes, I'm even reaching out to those who believe differently than I do about Sasquatch. Whether you're no-kill or whether you're part of the woo element or whatever. I'm no fan of the woo element, but I'm willing to work with you. I'm willing to agree to disagree. But, and I know I'm probably, somebody's going to say, well, there he goes rambling. There he goes rambling. It's kind of hard to put your thoughts together when you don't have a script in front of you. I don't use a script. I speak from the heart. And I would feel a lot better about the future of Bigfoot research if individuals would just put aside all their petty differences. It's so counterproductive. It really is. And I'm sure this vlog, I should say, will make it to Sean Evans' blog. And I know that some of his commenters or some of his subscribers are going to make comments about, look at that fat Henry May. Yeah, look at that fat guy. Why should we listen to him? Well, that's 13 minutes and 52 seconds of my life I'll never get back. Well, yeah, that may be true, but a lot of people like to talk in this community. A lot of people will talk. Very few will actually do something that requires just as much effort, and that's listening. Why don't people try and listen to each other instead of trying to shout over each other? That seems to be another problem that a lot of people have in this community. They want to try and shout over each other. And I just... all this stuff drives me up the frickin' wall. But anyway, let's try and drop the negativity, guys. Let's try and work together. Let's not put out blogs about how fat somebody is, or how stupid somebody is, or how rambling a video is, and all that. Let's try something called listening. I guarantee you'll learn a lot more by listening than you do by talking.